stays closed. Alright, let's roll. Alright, what do I want for breakfast? I'm thinking what I have to do today. It's not for work. Just a day trip, like I said. I'm thinking a heart attack to sex, so I don't want Bojangles. I love some Chick-fil-A, but that's kind of the wrong direction. So it's probably going to be a steak biscuit from Hardies. And we're just now getting down the road. We got a couple miles to go. And they're doing a lot of light work down here. It's pretty cool watching these linemen work on all these poles for like the past 6 months. But anyway, get out there and do something, have some fun, chase them dreams, right? That's what they say. So we're going to make it happen. And I suggest anybody else do it. If you got a passion for something, do it, man. Life does not slow down. I've finally realized that. Sure, you want to do your job and do your best effort, but let's be real. If something were to happen to you right now, that job would keep going. So you might get a little email sent throughout the company saying this person's been hurt or this person's no longer with us or some nonsense like that. But the job keeps going. So live your life. Have fun. Make the most out of it. It's a beautiful day, man. It really is. It's like 59 degrees outside is what it says right now. I'm really thinking about putting a tent up tonight and just seeing what happens. I got a buddy of mine that was talking about coming over and making some chili over the campfire. And I told him just let me know. Because I had this plan. I said, but you're more than welcome to come over after I pick up the kids from school and we can definitely make some chili over a campfire. That sounds amazing. So yeah, let's go get some brekkie real quick and we'll be there in a minute. Alright, got a heart attack in the sack. Steak biscuit. Oh, with the Hardies, I think I said that a while ago. But I go to an old Hardies, if you can see it. I like the old one. We got a newer one down the road, but this one, we got one that way as well. But this one has always been here, and it's just got like the best tasting food. It's fresh, it's hot, it's crisp, it's just tasty. And they're having a good old time. I was the only one in the line. Instead of going through the drive-thru, I wanted to just get out and walk. Quit being so lazy. Just park and go in there and go get your food. Of course, we got a dinosaur club in there hanging around the tables, eating. But I was the only one in line. And man, they were just having a good old time because apparently the supervisor on shift or whatever went to the Dollar Tree and bought a board and hung up everyone's name tags. And everyone's like, oh, this is cool. We got our name tags. And it's just little stuff like that, man. It might make someone's day. We're going to go eat real quick and then we're going to be where we got to be. We have made it. I'm gonna go check out this boat. I grew up in this town. It used to be a really cool town, and I kind of hate seeing how it is now. Somewhere around 2003, we had a couple of major hurricanes. We had Florence and Fran, and I think it was Fran, but it pretty much wrecked this entire town. And ever since then, it just kind of just fizzled out. Hasn't really recovered very well. People have tried. But every time it starts to kind of pick up, either the crime rate spikes or another hurricane comes and trashes it a little more. So ever since then, we've had a hard time recovering. And I grew up here, and I hate to see it like this. I've seen a lot of changes. But I used to work in high school, I worked at a car wash. And I worked there for about 3 years. That's where my wife and I actually met. And we officially started dating in September of 2007. So now it's October 2025. So that's a long time, right? And more people need to actually put an effort into a relationship. Sure, you got your bumps and your aches and pains and your gripes, but it's a relationship. It's not just you, it's both. So you both got to actually work on it. But look at this place. Just look around real quick. We got all these like old shops that are, used to be cool, but they don't do anything anymore. On this side. This is actually a new building. They tore a bunch of crap down and put this building here. But there used to be some a theater down here, a music store, all kinds of shops you can stop in. There's one there. It's got antiques, collectibles, furniture, Civil War, prints, maps, estate jewelry, and just a bunch of random stuff. But it's no longer there. It's for sale. Been for sale for a while, it looks like. But when I worked at that car wash, this boat was actually across the street, and they had it on just like a big shelter. You could just walk up to it, and mosquitoes would eat you all up. Had a couple of signs, but it started getting really kind of weathered down, and it was going to just fall apart and rot away. I mean, there's not much in there left, but what was left was going to just be gone. So they moved it. They built this building and moved it in here, and kind of like framed it up a little bit and made a pretty cool little museum out of it. So I remember growing up as a kid, we went there like once or twice. That's some people coming. And I didn't really understand what it was, but I know what it is now. So we're gonna go in there and check it out real quick. Not gonna lie. Like I said earlier, the crime is kind of spiked around here. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty hairy place sometimes. We just had some dude walk down the street talking to himself, waving his hands like up and down like this. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't like it. But anyway, so we're gonna check it out. But I can tell you, man, like, you gotta kind of pay attention in places like this. Unfortunately, I'm too old to fight. That mess hurts. I got something coming your way instead of fighting. I am the only one here. I've got this whole place. It's double story, 2-story. I'm the only one here. We got a little model here. ½ inch equals 1 foot. So that ½ inch of that would be a 1 foot on a scale. And they got the little mirror. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, like I was saying, this used to be across the street from where I worked. Let's go to the front of here. We got a lot of stuff around the outside. Bottom story, top story. We're gonna go ahead and get to the front here. You can see scale of that beam right there. That is awesome. I love some old woodwork. This is what's left of it, and they made a frame around the top for what it was. It was all made out of wood, and we'll have some steel plating. There's a piece around the back side with the steel plating, an original piece too at that. But it was wood ship boat, I guess. It's a river boat. And like I said in the previous video, they sunk it themselves, I believe, is what I've heard, what I was told. They have an orientation video you can watch if you come here, and it gives you all the history about it. But I've already watched that before, because I came here with the Cub Scouts one time and camped in here. Well, you can call it camping, but spent the night in here. Let's walk around the other side, and then we'll check out some of these signs and things. It's one of them hidden gems. So yeah, you kind of got to go through a crusty part of town, but unfortunately that's part of life. This is a pretty cool boat though to see. Like I said, I'm the only one in here. Imagine many people don't come in here and see it. It's just history. I guess it would have tapered out down here, and it's just what's left. You can walk underneath it. I am 6 foot tall, and that thing is at least 3 foot taller than me. Look at that thing. Could you imagine working on this? Floating down the river, shooting cannons and things. started becoming like a history nerd. It's a really cool building too. Like I said, we're just gonna walk around it real quick, and then I'll take you around and see some of the signs and exhibits. They got a couple of things in there that are pretty neat to me. But gotta do a quick walk around. This side's got a little more wood to it. It's way up there. Nice. That's pretty. Look at that. See how it's put together. And they found this portion. That was all that was left. They found it like buried in the mud of the river. All right, so we walked around there. So this is our, I guess we'll start here. Amusements, things they did for fun. You know, you can stop and read it all you want, but in the Navy, there's always like I stayed on a battleship in Virginia as well, and it was the original one, and they had eating like their dinner tables. They actually had checkerboards and chessboards built into their dinner tables. Yeah, there's some sirens going on the road. Imagine that. More than one too, it sounds like. Oh well. Let's do this. Started early as 5 a.m. Yeah, more people need to get up at 5 o'clock. Stowing hammer matches out of the way. Small. So they clean. Gun crew drilled on the guns every morning at 9. Cool. There's a whole lot of sirens in the world. Neat old stuff. Oh, it just stopped somewhere around here. People weren't that crazy, dude. Alright, so we made our way around. Let's go check out some signage. Let's get some basic information about it. That's where they were digging it up. I remember that. That's what I was saying, where they moved it. It used to be, the car wash was right here and across the street. So that's what I was talking about. And they broke it down into a couple of sections to bring it here. It's a cool truck. And they reconstructed it. More than a decade of planning and fundraising. Nice. Nice, that's cool. Look at that. That's awesome, man. That's history in the making. Look at that old car right there. So this used to be a cool town. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the shelter. You could go in there and then you get eat up by a bunch of mosquitoes. Oh, it's Floyd, that's what it was. Floyd, not Fran. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I guess Fran was in 2003, but it was Floyd in 99. Who owned the Neuse? All kinds of people that want to be greedy. 3 salvagers. What else? Like a hateful bunch there. They'll be all right. Resurrection. This old truck. Okay, go check out some of the cool stuff. Here we go. This is the story I was telling you about when they sunk it themselves, if you want to stop and read it. But down here, Wise Fork, remember that on the previous video. Mentioned it right there, the Battle of Wise Fork. And here we go. Price was ordered to cover Hoke's retreat and sacrifice his vessel. so that would not fall into enemy hands. That's what I was talking about, where they had to sink it themselves. It's kind of what it used to look like, other than it being on fire. There's some old stuff that used to be in it. That's a pretty plate, what's left of it. A pepper bottle. And we got a goblet. A cup. A uniform button. A shoe. That's a cool musket. And a bayonet. Boy, that would suck to get stabbed by that thing. Like a bad day. That's a cool musket. Look at that. Alright, see what else we got. Somebody keeps opening the front door and is dinging. Kettles, little cast iron stove top. Ship stove. That's pretty cool. Oh. I just better leave that alone. I just found that. It looks like it got little rust holes in it. Food's always important, especially on a boat. It's a cool old cast iron. I bet that thing was heavy. That's a big bowl. Pot, I guess. That's a Dutch oven, whatever. There's some old fake food. That's what they ate. Bunch of beans. Please do not taste or eat any of that on display. It's sad you gotta tell people that. You're sleeping. There's a uniform over here. He looks a little upset. Got a cool knife. Yeah, uniform and equipment. Here's another uniform. That's a cool revolver. So here, this little display, you can tie some knots. Oh, hang on, here's some Confederate money. In case you've never seen what it looks like. That's what it used to look like. This showed you how the steering worked. So down here underneath, you could see it. And obviously you got your wheel, but you would turn it and you can see how it moved, the rudder. It's pretty cool, right? It's on a pulley system. See, it's just on a simple rope and pulley. Pretty neat. I'll tell you, when we came here with the Boy Scouts, they spent 90% of their time just digging around with that thing. Handles. That's the old school stuff for the steering. Ordnance. Cool. Rifle bolts. 120 pounds. Good gracious. Canister shots. Some shells. So that would be filled with stuff. Gun carriage bolts. There's your wheel. Oh, I leave that alone. Keep touching everything. I'm not supposed to touch. Just gotta touch. There's a lid from a gunpowder tank. It looks kind of beat up. Some fragments. Some shrapnel. A priming wire. That's cool. Can you imagine getting hit by one of them balls over there? That would hurt really bad. Alright, what do we got in here? It's like the inside of the ship. There's a gun. There's a cannon. Guess you can't call it a gun. cannon. Oh, that's heavy. Whoa, that is really heavy. That's not, that's fake. Crew duties. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. Sorry. The inside of CSS Neuse casemate. The casemate is the top, oh, that's the top part, where the guns and pilot houses were located. That's the one that had the iron on it. Cool. There's a piece of iron out there, like original iron. I do remember that. Think they'd be mad if I rung that a bunch of times. Oh, that's kind of tempting. It's got a good sound to it. All right, let's go check out the iron. So that's where we were just at, and the outside was covered in iron plates. And you can call them plates, but it's more or less like these things. It's iron, 100%, but it's like iron planks. That's what was on the outside. That's how it was assembled. So we got forward hatch, grating mounts, armor plate, ballast stones, casemate fragment, vent. There you go. This is how they made it. Pine, really big pine, more pine, but going in the opposite direction, and then some oak going in the opposite direction, and then some horizontal iron going in the opposite direction, and some vertical iron going in the opposite direction. So they layered it. Look at that. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Yeah, ladder. I don't think I trust that too good. Chain, all that stuff. It's history, man. Everybody needs to come appreciate it. All right, go finish checking out downstairs, and then we'll go upstairs. Yeah, a lot of stuff's gone. Turpentine. I tell you, man, this used to be a booming town. It's a shame. I hate to see it like it is now. It's what happens when you don't take care of it. One heck of a bolt and nail and things. How they held it together. What we got here? A torpedo. That's an old school torpedo. Cool. If you want to read that, go for it. All right, I'm gonna finish walking around down here and we'll head upstairs. We made our way upstairs. Look at that thing. Can you imagine? That's what you lived on for a while, just floating through the river. And the way I understand it, the way the pictures look, pretty much all that wood left was like chilling underwater the whole time, and only like this top bit was surfaced. That big old pipe there for your exhaust. Thing's cool, man. It's history. If you don't come check it out, it gets forgotten and lost. Then guess what happens? History repeats itself. That's the problem in the world. See, I know a lot of people are probably going to look at that flag right there and get angry. I don't know why. It's just a flag. Doesn't mean anything to me. It's just part of history. But people take it and twist it and contort it and all that mess just to cause hatred. There's no sense in that mess. All right, what else we got? More guns. I like guns. What kind of guns we got? That's cool. Nice sword, or excuse me, saber. It's a canteen. Cartridge box. Man, could you imagine lugging them things around all day for your ammo? A little hat. Priming wire again. The bullet in the wood. Yeah, I remember that. That's an original bullet and some wood. Some old pocket knives. Man, I tell you, the way they made things back in the day. It's a Confederate bond. But the way they improvised and made things back in the day, so much better than we do now, to be honest. Now we take the cheap way out, the lazy way out. There's Wise Fork again. Oh, that's a pretty important spot. All right, I gotta move it behind me. It kind of freaked me out. It's Wilmington. It's an ugly dude. So is he. Traitor or patriot. More guns. Old state flag. There's Goldsboro again. Talked about that before. There's Whitehall. Talked about that before. More guns. That's a long one. Good gracious. Carry them muskets around. Yeah, it sucked out that thing laying by and explode. None of them little things fly out. It's like the original cluster bomb almost. Some more sabers. Swords. What's up, buddy? He's bald. Put that hat back on. What's up, buddy? Where all the battles around here were. I originally had planned on doing another trip this week towards the coast to check out something there to show you. I was really excited about it. But we got some hurricanes coming up down the coast all week long. And no, we weren't really going to be hit by them, but we did get some rain for the beginning of the week. And then in the middle and towards the later of the week, it was going to be like really windy. So I didn't want to go down there and try and show you and record with all the wind. I got a big fan up here blowing, so you probably hear that. George Johnson, one of the first black men to join the United States colored troops to fight for freedom. Right on, George. Get up in there, man. This is military service records. Go. I'll go over here. I like maps. See what's funny is, see if I can come out here real quick. For work, all of that, pretty much all that right there is my area to cover, including Hatteras, New Bern, Roanoke, Edenton, all that's mine to cover. So it's pretty cool to see the history and the spots that I cover for work. 22 counties. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one, but it's worth it to me. It's gonna be a long video. We still gotta do some cooking after this. Something simple to, we'll go by the ponds. Do some cooking real quick after this. Something simple. Alright, see what else we got. Not as much cool stuff upstairs, unfortunately. You got guns on one side, which I like, and then you got stuff like this where it pretty much shows basic stuff like how they, as you can read it, it talks about the fabric industry and mess like that, and clothes. And there's a bunch of clothes up here, how they made it. Another fence, you probably hear that. So there's a dress. There's another dress over there. And it's just kind of like a storefront. And I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. But stuff downstairs is cooler. This is where me and my boys slept. When I was looking for a spot, we had air mattresses, and I looked around, I was like, there's no outlets. But then I saw this. I said, I guarantee there's an outlet behind that. And I was right. So that's where we slept. Women did their part in entertaining soldiers and lifting morale. I always say we had a bunch of whorehouses. I couldn't tell you. Cool. Old money. Those are really expensive, by the way. If you find legit ones, be careful if you go on eBay and find them, because a lot of people just print out stuff and it's fake. The real stuff is actually pretty pricey. Stewed beef. That sounds pretty good. Some tomato. Some pie meat. It's kind of generic. Let me get kind of that pie meat. What kind of meat is it? Got some old tools. Cut down some wheat. Labor. It said it used to be a cotton field, but no signs of it now. Some of these plantations are almost covered with bushes that have sprung up in the last 4 years. You say so, homie? Graven. It's down there towards the coast. What you doing with that axe, homie? Chopping up some wood? Man. Smack somebody with that shovel. Might get tetanus. Bakery. Alright, see what else we got. Touchscreen here. I'm not going to mess with it, but it controls the different lights and things. I would imagine, it's been a while since I've been in here, but I would imagine it would have like a speaker somewhere, and a light would turn on and say this part did this part did this, kind of thing. Look at this. It's really cool. Imagine seeing that thing just like shooting down the river, coming to you with some cannons sticking out the front right there. Wouldn't be a good day. We do have a lot of churches. still. Oh, that's the little one. Remember that? We saw that one. Is that it? Yeah, pretty sure that's it. Yeah, we do have a lot of churches. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Prayers and booklets. Social activities. Teas, picnics, and parties for soldiers. I like tea. It's sweet and out in the Boston River. Stockings. It's a fan. Some jewelry. It's pretty neat. Old photos. It's a morning dress. Yep, see? It's reproduction, but that's what it looked like. Someone died. Back up here. That's pretty much it. You could really spend hours in here reading every sign, but I was not going to do it for you guys. Come check it out. I'm going to wrap this up and grab a sticker. Go to the ponds. They're at one of the ponds. There's people back there fishing. Guess what? Oh, that looks like a good spot right there. Yeah, let me figure out how to get to that ditch. Turn around. Come in down here and turn around. I'll get one of these little spots like this. Back up into it. Used to have a catfish feeder out there, but I guess they got rid of it. I have caught some catfish in here. They're not very big, but a fish is a fish. We turn around. All right. So there's a community sign down yonder, and it says this is a community lake. This is not a lake. This is a pond. But it says catfish and krill. You get 6 catfish a day. Not a very big pond, but I mean, heck, if you get 6 catfish, that's not a bad trip. So we're gonna set up a pole, not a catfish. We're just gonna put a bobber out there. I got a frog on it right now. Something just jumped. So I gotta take the frog off real quick, put me a hook, throw it in there, and we're gonna cook something real quick. And I gotta head home because I gotta take a poop soon, I feel like. So yeah, we're gonna set a bobber out. So they had some books on, they called them discount books. They were $2 or $5, and most of them are $5. They're all kind of similar, just different shapes and sizes. But I picked one up just because I like pictures, and I like old pictures, and this one's like just full of old pictures. Tells you about it. I just bought it because I thought it was cool. But as always, I bought me a sticker as well. I'll put that on the cooler. I don't have my cooler with me today. When I took my son and my father-in-law camping, he brought his little Lifetime one, and both latches broke on our trip. And he was mad and angry. That was funny to me. But I found a way to get new latches. I'm just waiting for them to come in. So I got a piece of wire tied up. And yeah, I'm not going to put this one on that one. I'm going to put it on my other cooler at home. I got to fix this one and get it cleaned up. And then I'll start stickering this one. He didn't want it anymore, so he gave it to me. He honestly, he can't quite get out like he used to, so I will pass that tradition on and use that cooler. Yes, it's a Yeti wannabe. I'd originally planned on cooking, but I'm still full from breakfast, and it's still kind of early. I don't think I'm gonna cook this time. I had originally brought a cooler, my camping junk, chicken feed back there, and I brought my cast iron, and I was gonna fix me a sandwich. I was gonna bust out my double burner, my foldable double burner, throw my cast iron on it. I even bought butter in there, man. I brought everything. I'm just kind of full. I feel like it's gonna be a waste if I cook it. Still kind of full for my steak biscuit. Guess I shouldn't have bought that, but it was tasty. Well, I'm gonna sit out here and, hang out, enjoy myself. If I catch anything, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I hope you get out and do something. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day. Catch you next time. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're still hanging on with this video, I know it's been a longer one. There was a lot more in there I really wanted to show you guys, but I know it was getting kind of long. So I appreciate it. And always hit all them buttons, you know, all that stuff. Make the old algorithm kick off. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Get out there and go explore. Check out some local history. Another fish jump. That's cool. Check out some local history before it all gets erased. You never know what you might find out there. And you don't have to go far. I'm in like my hometown. So, what's that? The Big Leaf. So, man, I didn't even travel that far. And it's like a hidden gem. They call this a lake. It's not a lake, it's a pond. But there's this pond, and that pond, and then the river going that way. So I may go around here and see what I can find. As always, have a good day. Have fun. Take care. See you next time.